Be right there. Right with you guys. See, we have Parajet. Parajet, how have you been, my friend? I'm bringing up my desktop so I can read a little easier. Hey, Ellie. Hey, Lady Sky. I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. We're getting close. How many days a week, Lady Sky? How many days a week from Christmas? What's up, Big Al? Hey, Lee. We got Ellie, Lee, Lady Sky, and Big Al. Hey, Kat. Nice to see you. Big Al says, ignore my comment. I'm busy. I'm using the text to speech, and I pressed the wrong thing in the. I don't have that. So sad. "12 Days to Christmas." So isn't that where the song starts? The 12 Days of Christmas? Is it 12 Days of Christmas? I don't remember. Big Al says, "How to Cat." I don't think that speech to text thing is working too well. It's a new thing, right? Hi, chat. This guy says yes. So this is the first day of Christmas. What did he receive from his true love on the first day of Christmas? I think it was a car, right? Was it a Lexus? First day of Christmas, my true love gave me a Lexus. Pretty sure that's how the song goes. At least the traditional version that I was raised on. Big guy says, I'm going to have a chat. When I get home, my phone keeps mishearing what I'm saying. Ellie says, I wish it was. You wish what? He says, 12 days Christmas, 16th. Oh, until your physiotherapy. I know you're looking forward to the physiotherapy. I really hope that everything turns around with that. Ellie, I know you've been in pain. A partridge in a pear tree. This is not the way I remember it. Pretty sure something about pancakes. First day of Christmas, my true love made me pancakes. I like the sound of that. That's a Christmas I can get behind. All right, Kat, get those pancakes a cooking, man. Big Al says, stupid phone. I'm gonna have to chat when I get home because it keeps mishearing me. All right, Christian, my friend. Tom, how are you? Big Al says, see y'all later. Thanks for coming in, Big Al. See, Lady Sky, you can get behind this too. First day of Christmas is all about pancakes. Kat says, I've been craving pancakes, but no syrup. So let me ask you a question here. Not to be that guy. Are you craving pancakes or are you craving syrup? If I'm craving pancakes, I'm eating pancakes. Syrups are a nice addition. Syrup's a nice addition. It's not necessary. Kat says both. It's an easy answer. Tom says, good. Set up a market in Floresville, Texas. It's a beautiful out. It's beautiful out. Yeah, you said it was 77, right? Cat wants both. But would you settle for pancakes? What's up, William? Well, what's in it for me, William? It's for a bet. What's in it for me? This is a question of every great spiritual tradition, guys. What's in it for this guy? I do you a favor. I believe that's what Jesus said from the cross. I do you a favor, now you do me a favor. He says you have to have syrup. Don't think you have to have syrup. Cat says, let me have both. Except right now you don't have both. Is it better to do without completely because you don't have both? Or to have partially what you want? It's the question. Don't Ever Quit says, what are your thoughts on the Geneva Convention? I don't know as I ever gave much thought to the Geneva Convention. The little that I know is that it keeps countries in aligned with how um, warfare should be conducted, right? So, how we treat prisoners would be a direct reflection on how our prisoners are treated. Um, so, it's a good thing. Probably things in it, way above my pay grade that I don't know. Cat says, Matt. Hey, Samin. For today, Yogi Sir. Christmas vibe is on. How are you, Samin? Hey, Sia. Sia, how are you? Sia says, shout me out. Shout out to Sia. How was that for a shout out? I might be able to do better, Sia. Sia, I was going to shout out your channel. I was going to read the description, but you don't have a description. So I'm just going to shout out Sia herself for finding us via algorithms and gracing us with her presence. Much appreciated. Todd said, having something is always better than nothing. There you go, Kat. That answers the great pancake versus syrup debate. Now, if you only had, Marlon says syrup debate. If you only had syrup, you wouldn't sit down with a big bowl of syrup now, would you? You wouldn't take a syrup and a straw. You wouldn't take a bowl of syrup and a straw and say, well, at least I have syrup, right? You see the optional thing with, if you're like really, really hungry, would you make a syrup sandwich? Now we're getting to the crux of the matter. Whereas the Canadians call it the checklist. Why would I don't understand that, Marlon? This guy says, Google that 12 Days of Christmas song. So you're saying it should be waffles instead of pancakes. Waffles are a little more Christmassy. This guy says, Mrs. Butterworth syrup is a really good for waffles and pancakes. It's got to be pure maple syrup for me. I am a syrup snob. Nothing but maple syrup. Speed says in India, we've got all sorts of pancakes made of rice flour, gram flour, eggs, etc. We wish we could send you all these dishes. You guys use pancakes for all kinds of stuff, right? Bo says, I don't have half of the cash. Nah, I'm good. I don't even remember what I was supposed to shout out. I already forgot. Hey, Joe. Joe, have you gotten your reps in today yet? He says, Yogi, is Adam okay? I hope he is. Miss him coming up on the panel. He is okay. He still pops in the chat. He's always welcome to come up on the panel. He's been doing a lot of artwork. Hey, L Dog. Parajet says, forever young, Yogi. Thank you, my friend. This guy says the day's going okay. Gamecock says, hey, just Yogi, big fan and keep doing the good work. Can you say happy birthday to your little brother, Mike? Sure. Happy birthday to your little brother, Mike. Todd's doing good. Except for says, William, uh, life isn't above repeating itself. This guy says, cinnamon rolls, Yogi, Christmas morning breakfast with freshly squeezed orange juice. Are these in-house homemade cinnamon rolls? Sabine says, now I'm craving for some whipped cream. I look like Chan from Stray Kids. I don't know Stray Kids nor Chan. Take that as a compliment. Sounds like a very distinguished person. Sabine says, yes, sir, there's pancakes for chutney, pancakes with lentils, all sorts. I like the sound of the pancakes with lentils. Just says, I'm about to get some in. You feel like dropping a link to your live stream, Joe? If you want to. Guys, a good friend Joe is about to get some reps. What's the plan for today? Are you sticking with the 5 pumps? Marlon says, because Canada is almost single-handedly responsible for the Geneva Convention. They even have the unofficial Allegan IRT. Isn't a wartime the first time? Even the Soviets were shocked by the Canadians. I never heard that before. Pillsbury ones for the cinnamon rolls. Is there a difference between a cinnamon roll and a cinnamon bun? Lee says it's a compliment. What's that, Lee? I already forgot what we were talking about, Lee. I'm old, man. I can't keep track of this stuff. Whenever I see someone coming in saying, hey, Yogi, I'm a big fan, I know they've never actually watched my live stream before. Marlon, it's going live in about half an hour. Thank you, Marlon. What are you going to do? Is it a workout in the kitchen? Sweet says, I love cinnamon rolls. I've made twice. They're not quite well. I'm a big fan of cinnamon itself. I put cinnamon in my oatmeal. Star Seeker, how are you? Star Seeker says, Sniper, how you feeling? Sniper Seeker is, Squirrel Sniper is at a 7.8 out of 10. When I first asked him this a while back, I think he said you were like a 5.5. So he has progressed. You getting your strength back? It says, good day, mate. The Star Seeker. Marlon's going to work out, but getting a couple of things from the store first. Sniper's eating soup now. That'll definitely help get your strength back. Cinnamon in almost any type of breakfast food is good. And you can even say in any dessert type food, cinnamon is always good. Cinnamon's good for you too. It's very good anti-inflammatory. Star Seeker says, good day, Lady Sky. Hope your cough is better. How is your cough today, Lady Sky? Gamecock says, Yogi, what do you think takes longer? A tree to grow or one not to grow? Is that the question? Well, if it's broken, a tree never grows, does it? They always think they got you, don't they? Thank you, Samin. Thank you so much, my friend. Star Seeker says, Sniper, glad you're on the men. He says, hey, Robbie, good to see you. Today is neck, arms, and shoulders day for Marlon. Neck curls, ladder, rotator cuff, work, bicep versus extensions to be exact. Hey, Marlon, you ever heard of Eugene Sando? Sissy says, will Miss Flip be around today, Yogi? I don't know. Miss Flipper is always a mystery when she's going to come up, except for Mondays, which we have a long-standing Course of Miracles date. Smith says, I will make you some biryani when we meet. So what's biryani? I'm not familiar with that. Smith says, don't mention it, Yogi, sir. I appreciate that. I also really do like to mention it, though. I always appreciate I always appreciate those gifts. Marlon says, of course. What do you think of his routine? Have you ever seen his routine? Very light dumbbells, but full of dynamic tension. Hey, Med, how are you? Old Dog says, just a bogey? Just a bogey doing what in his basement? Hey, Megan. Brooklyn Coney Island showing love. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone showing love. Hey, Leo. Wishing you a great day, brother. Wishing you a great day too, Leo. What's the plans for today? Man, it's been 11 months. Our friend Leo has been a member supporter for 11 months and dropping some jewels. Wow. Thank you so much. Leo, thank you for everything. Above all, thank you for your inspiration that you provide. Our friend Leo does not miss a day. Guys, I hope you check him out on Burpees and Chill. Leo said so. Our friend Leo. He literally made himself into a legend, rep by rep, routine after routine, day after day. As far as streaks go, I don't think there's too many people who have reached that level. Of course, there's the Burpee King, there's Unk. I've been doing it forever. I actually know the last day I missed a workout was in 2004 because I had the flu. But no one does it like Leo said so. Tough routines every day. Even his recovery workouts would be enough for the average person to tap out. Hey, Jamie. Leo says, just doing my routine, brother. 2 hours of 5-pump burpees with a 35-pound vest. We got to go to 313 in 2 hours. Wow. 313. How did you come up with that number 313, Leo? Old Dog says, like you fools. Thank you, Old Dog. Hey, Anna. Anna, I'm doing pretty good this afternoon. I'm expecting the snow. Hey, Toy Pups. Toy Pups, I owe you an apology. Lady Sky says Yogi likes pancakes and cinnamon. Anna, I do. Our friend Canon Foodie says, well, oh, that's the number you got to. Gotcha. 313 reps, 5 pumps. So if you guys unfamiliar with 5 pump term, that is a burpee with 5 push-ups. That's 1 rep. With 35-pound vest on, which is just crazy to consider. Jamie says you have to be careful not to overtrain it. Will weaken your immune system. I agree. Sissy says, Yogi Eric, I would like to express many thanks to Doc. From my heart chakra to the heavens, can we please ring the bell for Doc, pretty please? Yes. He's very fortunate to be a connection between heaven and friends. Just a connection. But again, very, very fortunate. Very grateful. And this is for Doc. I'm thankful for be part of this to be part of this legacy. Thank you. Sissy, thank you for providing me this opportunity too. Hey Emily, I can't give you an Emily. I can't give you a shout out. Man, I'm stumbling over everything. Emily, shout out to our friend Emily. If you got a description in your channel, you don't. I was going to shout out your channel too, my friend. Project says, what is thinking? Who does the thinking? And what are thoughts? Excellent question. I don't know as I would have a satisfying answer. In meditation, thoughts are simply mental activity, creative, but in and of themselves, they don't offer us much. It is the witness to the thinking itself, the witness, the observer. Course of Miracles defines it a little different. We exist within the mind of God. All there is mind. We are ideas, thoughts within the mind of God. So only or every loving thought is true. Everything else is an illusion. Loving thoughts are a means of extending love, extending the kingdom, extending heaven. So we use these loving thoughts to extend the kingdom of God. Now, our unloving thoughts, mental activity that miscreate from the ego. They don't extend the kingdom, but they extend the dream. They extend the projection, this world that has been created by the ego. So it's very clear we can choose not only our thoughts, but where these thoughts come from. Are we having thoughts directed by the Holy Spirit, which are always loving, always kind? Or are we having thoughts by the ego? Either way, it comes back to the yogic answer. We are the observer, the witness to these thoughts, an idea in the mind of God. Eldog says, Yogi wants cannoli. I've never had cannoli before. Jamie says, doing too much exercise is worse for the immune system than not exercising. Best to moderate exercise to get the immune benefits without chronically elevating cortisol. I try to be very careful in balancing things out. I also do a huge amount of restorative work to keep everything in balance. Meditation, breath work, yoga. Trying to spend time with my feet elevated above the heart every day. Namaste, Sissy. Hey, Sissy. I'm really happy you could be part of this legacy too. Hey, Danny. Prashant says, what the helly? We talking about shoes? Really good trail running shoes. Hilly Hansen. Highly recommend them. Hey, Zed. Zed, have a wonderful day too, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Amin says, nah, excellent point. I'll take that under due consideration. You look like my science teacher. My dad was a science teacher, and I look like my dad. Coincidence? Dr. Tom says, science of yoga. Danny says, had a star seeker. Tom is laughing. Kat says, say to Zed. And we love you, Zed. We do love Zed. Remember, guys, our friend Marlon's going live in a bit. He dropped his link up above. Ashutosh says, please let me know if my remember annoys you. Ashutosh, my friend, you never have to worry about annoying me. You and I go way back. Remember, it says, please sing the Sigma song, Sigma Boy song. I actually don't know it. Marlon says, Nama weird. Fantastic sister. Jamie says, I was doing meditation post workout. I still went too hard. I was only just recovering by the next workout. Sometimes not quite recovered. Yeah, meditation in and of itself isn't the answer. It's just part of a full restorative practice. Now, for me, I'm very fortunate that meditation helps with the restoration. It's not why I meditate, but it's very, very helpful. It also helps me because I generally go on a good night. I get 6 hours of sleep a night. Kat says I have feelings about sharing Nama Weird. Yeah, I understand. I do understand that. Astra says, "Are you a book lover?" I am a book lover. Absolutely. Uh, Christmas was about books. We always got books for Christmas. I have books that I got for Christmas from when I was a kid. I have somewhere on that shelf, I have a copy of Huckleberry Finn that was given to my mom for Christmas in 1941. I have books that were given to my dad for Christmas in the 1930s. My dad was born in 1927. Hey, Death. Um, both my parents grew up very poor in the Depression, and money, extra money, aside from paying for food, bills, hard to come by. For my father's uh, parents, who had a whole lot of kids, my grandfather was a forest ranger in Pennsylvania, way back up in nowhere. Um, for his family to get enough money to buy my dad a book was a big, big, big thing. My dad treasured books, newspapers, magazines. He would read whatever he can get his hands on. Uh, Same with my mom's parents. My grandfather worked in the mills outside of Pittsburgh in the Depression. So he hurt himself. And man, it was hard to get a book. So, I mean, thank you, my friend. Love you, Samin. Two sad occasions. When I was caretaking for my mom, and she could no longer read. Just didn't have the capacity. She would carry a book with her. The memory was there. The love was there, without any doubt. Uh, I was given a book as a Christmas present from someone that I trained, and I still have it. It's in the back here somewhere by Mary Williamson. It's a book of prayers, and I never got a chance to read it. And I got it for Christmas in 2009. I didn't get a chance to read through it until much, much later. For some reason, my mom, who wouldn't even be able to say who Mary Ann Williamson was, this was her last 2 years before she passed away from dementia. She latched onto that book. She carried it with her everywhere. She put like cards, papers, envelopes in the book. She had it fast and she carried it to doctor's appointments. She carried it everywhere. She loved that book. When my mom passed away, I didn't have it in me to uh, read the book, but I kept it with me. It's a beautiful book. I have read it here, prayer. So maybe we'll do it tonight. If anyone wants a prayer said, I'll get that book and I'll do it for you guys and I'll do it for my mom. The last 2 years, uh, my father was passing away from congestive heart failure. I was his caregiver too. Um, he also had molecular deterioration. He was losing his eyesight, and it became difficult for him to read books. But he would get the newspaper, New York Times, Washington Post, and a huge illuminated magnifying glass, and he would make it out to stay informed. So reading's a big thing. Christmas became a little sad when there was no longer book exchanges. I think that's when I truly, truly stopped celebrating Christmas, where there was no one left to buy books for, and I didn't really get books for Christmas. It just seemed, for me personally, Christmas was kind of over. This year, I'm doing something different. I am celebrating Christmas. I'm celebrating Christmas in the true essence of seeing Christ born in everyone's heart. including my own. Hey, Titus. Titus, thank you for that. Thank you for the happy poop. Much, much appreciated. Hey, California Line Dasher. Please suggest me a book as I am a 6 year in high school. What are you interested in, Ashutosh? Science? History? Do you want fiction? Cass says, Mean, you are amazing, and I agree. Yeah, Danny, we're getting snow here at 8 o'clock, so it'll be traveling up to you. Project says, Jesus taught that God's loving reign is present, and that true life is found through love, humility, forgiveness, trusting God, and self-giving services to others. Beautiful, beautiful, Parajat. Sabine says, books are indeed our best friends. Yes. Sarasika says, have a great day, everyone. Blessings. Hey, Raz. Raz is at 263 subs. Well done, my friend. Ashta says, dude, you had a really hard life, but it's your gratitude and kindness that makes you special. Thank you, Ashutosh. Overall, my life wasn't that hard. Honestly, you don't make it to 60 without heartbreak. I don't think you make it to 40 without heartbreak. I'm not so sure we make it to 12 without heartbreak. Admittedly, 55 and up have been pretty difficult. Well, you know, at a certain point, you start losing your friends. High school friends, childhood friends, family members. Again, that's life. It's not good. It's not bad, though. Gives you an opportunity to examine, to cherish. Are you cherishing the people that you love right now? Hey, Chef Mary. Chef Mary, can you drop a link? Samit says I had this crazy collection of the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stein. The stars are hitting in. Man, childhood books were the best. And it says, congratulations to Raz. Indeed. Sissy says, we all have each other. Amen to that. Ashutosh says, thank God I never had a heartbreak. Thank God. 100% Ashutosh. So, well, we're talking about books. What's your favorite book? Whoever wants to answer in the chat. Also, what was your favorite childhood book? I read Huckleberry Finn quite a few times as a kid, and I loved paperback westerns. Louis L'Amour, Zane Grey. I still do. Tom says, coloring books. You know what? Coloring book helped me pass college biology. I had the biology coloring book where the red fern grows. I love those classic books. Somebody really says, Yogi the best and always will be. I said what I said. Well, thank you for saying that. I don't know what I'm the best of. It certainly wasn't ultra running, but I wasn't too bad at it. At one time, I was one of the top two kettlebell sport practitioners, athletes in the country in my weight class and my age group. Getting very specific here. I was one of the top two age and weight class kettlebell sport lifters in the country. Sounds really impressive. But this was in 2004, 2005, when I believe there was exactly two kettlebell sport lifters in my age group and my weight class. But still, I was one of the best. Excellent pick, Parjat. Siddhartha, Herman Hesse. The first book I read by him was Steppenwolf. I didn't care for it a whole lot. I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be a life-changing book. It was not. However, Siddhartha was, for sure. Ashutosh says, never read a book. I need your help selecting a good fiction book. You want an adventure? Lonesome Dove, Pulitzer Prize winning book. I think it's 600 and some pages. It's epic. It is deserved the Pulitzer Prize. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful book. Lonesome Dove, The Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac. Try to read it once every couple of years. Man, I love Gabriel Garcia Marquez, but he can be difficult to get through. 100 Years of Solitude. Just beautiful poetic language. I might have cried several times in 100 Years of Solitude. I cried towards the end of reading Hunchback of Notre Dame, Victor Hugo, if you want to go with classics. Bryce says, would anyone like me to sub to them? In return, you could sub to my channel. Oh, I like the Red Dog. Are we talking about Clifford? Clifford the Red Dog? I remember Heidi. Can you please type the name of the book in the chat? Certainly, my friend. Hey, Lion. Jesus is King. Thank you for that. Hey, Skits. What's up? Hey, Daisy. Daisy, how are you? How's your weekend? You ready for Christmas? Our friend Daisy does not have to worry about this snowstorm coming up. Ashutosh says, is it real or it's a matrix? Let's see. Jai says, are you a boy or a girl? I will never tell. Daisy says, I'm good. How are you? I'm good, Daisy. It's a good question, Ashutosh. I wonder what our friend Perjat thinks. Is it real or is it a matrix? Skid says, was totally expecting a yo on the end of what's up. Well, here's the difference. If you hear me say what's up, there's never going to be a yo. If you hear me go what up, there's always going to be a yo. Thank you, Daisy. Our good friend, Miss Daisy May. who has created a beautiful, beautiful channel. There are certain places that have been created on YouTube that are sanctuaries. Miss Daisy May is a sanctuary channel. Nature's Dog Realms, sanctuary channel. Cat and Jack, Toy Pups. Those are the big four. There's many more. Sissy. These are the ones. They're creating something special and unique, and yet similar. It's special and unique because each one have these loving personalities that are expressed differently. They're doing different things. They're similar because you get the same feeling when you go visit as if you are stepping into a family's member. You're visiting with family, and they ask you to pull up a chair and have a cup of tea with them. Play a board game, play some cards. Ashley Test says, well, Sniper is a good person. Sniper is an excellent person. Holograph matrix with a quantum entanglement of love. Excellent answer. Hey, Daisy, you are welcome, my friend. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for all of you guys are doing. It says, was meant to be a blue heart on the end, not a laughing face. Let's see. Mr. Something Else says, Yoga did a live stream, but I was running stills too. So it was quite strong and boozy. How'd it go? Hey, Leona, right? Leo. I'm trying to sound it out. I'll never get it right. Susie says, would love to break out a game of Orchery. I don't know what that is. Daisy says she loves it. What kind of game is that? Berserker says, tell me about Tadasana and its benefits. Balance, aligning the chakras. You probably best bet would be to Google it. She says, only if you want answers. Is your wife watching the stream? What do you mean, Ashitosh? Good book. Cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows and a bonfire. Sounds like heaven to me. That is pretty good. Hey, Coffee Cake. They're very talented. Coffee Cake Levin Bish is here. Guys, have you heard her sing? Amazing. Danny says, Yogi does an amazing channel here. What's the amazing channel, Danny? Quite a few. Leo and Trini, maybe Yogi. Leo and Trini. Okay, that makes sense. It's pronounced euchre. So what's the game? How do we play it? Zuka says, do you believe in Advaita Vedanta? Don't know if I believe in it or disbelieve in it. I don't know if it's something to believe in or not believe in. I think when you experience not one or not two, then is it something that you even like in that realm of I believe in this or I don't believe in this? I don't know. You tell me. I have not visited the Taj Mahal. I've always wanted to see Taj Mahal, the blues singer, in concert, though. What's up, Evan? Dr. Tom says yes. Evan says, when you just do general breathing relief, do you just breathe in and out slowly with making a noise? Well, here's what you can do. Concentrate on the nasal breathing. Don't worry about how long the breath is, how long you're breathing in, how long you're breathing out. Not at first. Then introduce that. You remember the ha sound, Evan? Introduce that. If you're still feeling stress, now start to elongate the exhale. Sissy says, kind of like Yahtzee, but with poker playing chips. We've never played Yahtzee before. Persia says, I can tell you one thing, Yogi, that we are not the information at all. The real self, or whatever you want to name it, starts revealing when we actually understand that we are not the information we're fed. I agree. Card game. Like, how do you pronounce that? But with a lot less cards. As you can tell, I never played a whole lot of board games. I used to play Stratego and Risk with my brother-in-law. Sabine, thank you so much, my friend. Love you, my friend. Hey, Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper, you were being asked for not long ago. Berserker says, Advaita Vedanta is the only truth, my friend. You ain't no real yogi. Yogi, you ain't no real yogi. Yogi are in the India. Okay. Sissy says, you play one card at a time, though, and one with the highest of the same suit wins the round. Evan says, not count. Got it. Play one card at a time. Interesting. Sabine says, to happy times. Thank you. Thank you for making this a happy time. Just by you being here, Sabine. I always appreciate your visiting. Guys, if you want to learn more about our good friend Sabine, if you go to last week's stream at the same time, Sabine gave us a testimony. Beautiful story, ending in triumph, by the way. Hey, Peely. Miss Pippa says, who was asking? Our friend Sissy was asking if you were here. Tom says, Berserker, if you are judging other spiritual followings as wrong, then you don't seem to understand Advaita Vedanta. Well said, Tom. So even if you are, even if you never really experienced that oneness, the not two that is talked about in Advaita Vedanta, even if you only know it conceptually, as soon as our friend Tom said, as soon as you've offered a judgment, you know that the only judging is self-reflected. The only judgment you can offer is given right back to yourself. The only one judged is the judger. But hey, what do I know? I don't live in India. We all seem to have work to do. Absolutely, Tom. Sissy, thank you. Sissy says, dedicated to Doc and heavens from my heart chakra. Beautiful. Sabine has been a member for a month. Thank you, my friend. The observer is the observed, right, Yogi? Exactly. The only judgment ever offered is self judgment. I always love Kenneth Wapnick, great course teacher. Carl says, I've never been a member. That's okay, Carl. You're a friend. You're here, you're hanging out. That's enough. Kenneth Wapnick, when he was asked, can you sum up a course? Can you sum up a Course in Miracles? Said, after he thought about it, could we just be a little kinder to each other? Aldous Huxley, he wrote the Perennial Philosophy, coined the term perennial philosophy, I believe. It might have been William James. Anyway, spent 40 years of his life studying all major religions, classifying for that perennial wisdom, putting it together in a book. He experimented with plant medicine, deep states of meditation. He was a devotee to Ramana Maharshi. And when he was asked at the end of his life, of all your spiritual wisdom, all the spiritual training that you've done, what have you learned? And he said, I'm a little embarrassed when I think about it to say that it all comes down to being kind. Can we be kind to each other? At the end of his life, Ram Dass, the great American yogi, was asked, what's the most important thing? Why are we here? What's the purpose and meaning of life? Ram Dass had been through it all. He's one of the ones who launched the 60s with Timothy Leary. Richard Alpert, Harvard professor, one of the only people, I believe, of two, him and Timothy Leary, to ever be fired. Tenured professors fired. Went to India, became Ram Dass, lived his yogic life in public. He was asked, why are we here? And he thought about it, and he said, we're here just to walk each other home, walking your brother home. All comes down to kindness. You can have all the wisdom in the world. If you are judging another, you are not practicing kindness. You miss the point entirely. Can we be kind? Posted 6 channels to know who are getting rid of memberships. Hey, Toy Pups. Guys, we're going to wrap things up in just a minute. Project says, I started my journey when I first read Ram Dass, Richard Alpert. Be Here Now, right? It's an important book for me, too. I have his autobiography back there. I have Be Here Now. I have up top Be Love Now, which is his book on Bhakti Yoga, sorry. Hey, Kat. Why bald? Genetics. Gravity doesn't like me. I don't know why. I've always been fond of gravity. Keeps me grounded. Get it? Keeps me grounded. Gravity. Genetics, gravity, bad luck, stress. I can't afford shampoo. I'm running out of things. Give me something else. Why am I bald, guys? I needed something to do. Gives me extra space if I run out of writing paper. It allows me to beam energy and love to you, my friend. Stress, okay. Stress. Because I had a choice, I could either grow a beard or I could grow a head on my hair. Either or. I couldn't do both. Project says miracles of love and Be Here Now. Mr. says kind comes from kin. Man, Ram Dass is a great place to start, and I think he might be a great place to end as well. Anna says kindness. Farzad says yes, Anna. Yogi says, right, can we be a little more kinder? Man, if we just did that, we always want great esoteric techniques. We want deeper states of meditation. We want a more esoteric breath that is going to lead us into the realms of the cosmos. We want asana practices that are going to open up the chakras. Mind training techniques, all kinds of stuff. What if it just came down to being kind? Here's the thing with kindness, we don't always want to be. But when we adopt kindness as a practice, it means we have to start examining. It becomes a means of self-inquiry. We start to examine, why don't I want to be kind to this person, but I will be kind to this person? And when we ask ourselves this, we find there's really no difference between that person and this person. We start getting rid of the words this and that, he and she, they and thou. As Rumi said, these are terms not used in the Garden of the Mystics. Carl says, Tina helps me out, Yogi. I'd like to think that I've helped you a little bit, Carl. Danny says, Yogi is a kind person. He's there to help us out. As are you, Danny. Danny, you come into my live stream every time doing nothing but helping people. You say hi to every single person that comes in. You always advocate for forgiveness. You always advocate for kindness. You have the sweetest, most sensitive heart. Pretty much anyone that I know. Danny is the best of the best. Sissy says, I am so overwhelmed with joy that was originally transmuted from sadness and worry about another. I am seeing more and more balance and alignment among us. It feels like a Satori each time we contribute. I agree. Sissy, I agree. I went through a bit of a rough spot. Not more than a few weeks ago. And it says, my religion is kindness like you, Yogi. No one's kinder, Anna. No one is kinder than you. There's people among us who are this quiet strength and support. Anna's one of them. Balance and alignment is Tiferet. Did I say that right, Miss Pepper? Carl says, I feel like a stranger. I'm sorry that you feel like a stranger, Carl. I always want to welcome you. Sid says, I like turtles. I like turtles too. Turtles actually might be one of my, well, they're not spirit animals, but they might be one of my spirit guides. Turtles' respiratory rates are so low, which is why they live for so long. You've never seen really an upset turtle, have you? I have seen a pissed off snapping turtle once. Pretty vicious. Oh man, I said it right. I don't even remember how I said it. If I tried to say it again, I would totally mess it up. So speaking of kindness, guys, thank you so much for your kindness here. Hey, Pop Tarts, how are you, my friend? How are you? How's your channel? How's your friend? Anna says, thank you so much for everything, Yogi. You're welcome, Anna. Thank you. I love all of you guys. Just overwhelming to think how we actually, going back to the word alignment that Cicero is using, how everything aligned to bring all of us together. Even if it's just one time. Malabim says, you look like my dad. Well, that's interesting. Pop Tart says not much raising any money for my friend's sleeping bag. 1 cent sits, that's it. I did contribute. We'll keep working on it, my friend. Sissy says, Carl, that didn't feel very loving, bub. Everyone here has done nothing but love you. Maybe roll bro store. Pop Tart says he's still here, but neighbors are complaining. May have to send him out in the cold again. I hope not, Pop Tarts. Danny says, Carl, you don't have to feel a stranger here because we're here to help you. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Zid says, I went to my girlfriend's family for Xmas one year, came home, and my turtle was frozen in the fish tank. Can't believe it survived. Wow. Turtles are yogis. Yogis have done stuff like that. Swami Rama, who was the president of the Himalayan Foundation, used to, I don't recommend this. Actually, I definitely don't recommend this. Stick a needle through his arm. It wasn't a trick. He did it on a panel once on a news show, pulling it in and out, and one reporter gasped, which made Swami Rama lose his concentration. Blood started spurting out everywhere. He saw what was happening, regained his concentration, pulled it out, the blood stopped. Yogis have been buried alive. They've slowed their heart rates down, slowed their breath down so that their heart rate would drop. When they were unburied, they got up and went about their business. Turtles are yogis. Pop Tart says somebody suggested a thin silver sheet that one can get at a fire station that is cheap, supposedly very warm. Looking into that. They hand them out at races sometimes. They can be a lifesaver. Hey, do you have an outdoor store near you, like an REI? Thank you, Pop Tarts. Fresh Brew, Tim Hortons coffee, and Pop Tarts for all. Thank you, my friend. I have had Tim Hortons coffee before when I visited Canada, and it is really good coffee. Pop Tart says, Yogi, what's new with you? Got all your Christmas shopping done? I have not. It's only 2 people I'm going to buy anything for. Canadian Tire. Let's see what they have. Carl says goodbye. Goodbye, Carl. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap things up. I got a few things to do. We'll be live again at 5:25. If anyone wants to pop up, if they want to sing, feel free. Come on up and sing. Papa says he has a nasty cough too, but he's a heavy smoker. Yeah, it's hard to tell when someone's a heavy smoker if they're not feeling well or if it's a smoker's cough. You're welcome, Pop Tarts. Thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you, Miss Flipper. Thank you all. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Love you guys.